Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Bitcoin video. I wanted to make this video to expand on a couple of points regarding the 28.6k price level, which we know is the bull market support zone and the bear market resistance zone, and specifically when we will get above that price level in relation to Bitcoin charts, in relation to 4-year cycle, and in relation to the Ethereum chart. On top of this, we need to briefly dive into short-term. We did a lot of short-term analysis yesterday, but we're going to get into it a bit more today as well. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So diving into the short-term analysis, again, we looked into this yesterday. We've broken down from a symmetrical triangle on the RSI. That is leading us to believe that Bitcoin is likely to break down from the larger ascending channel formation that you can see on the screen right now. However, the things we do need to watch within that channel formation are the fact that we do have 50 EMA support, which is that blue line we've got there. So we are on support as of current. That is holding quite strongly on the daily chart. So as of right now, it is hard to say exactly what's going to happen in the ultra short term, but I can tell you now that this overall channel formation should be breaking the downside. If we zoom in, we can see that within the ascending channel formation, there is a descending channel formation. And within the descending channel formation, there is a bearish pennant formation. So what we could actually see on Bitcoin is a breakdown at the bottom of the channel and then a break to the upside, retesting resistance, and then come back down and break it eventually. We could actually see a lot of lurking in this region before we break down, or we could not. You know, it's very hard to say with all these different channel formations going on and all these different patterns within patterns. But I think when you have patterns within patterns, you need to look at the overall structure. And the overall structure is basically Bitcoin's at a bearish exhaustion pattern at resistance, and that generally leads to downside breaks. I made myself very clear yesterday in yesterday's video that we need to be holding that 19k level. If we do go down further, 19k is the level we need to watch. If we're holding 19k, we're still in bullish territory. If we lose 19k, we start to flip bearish on the macro scale. There's many reasons for that. I discussed them all in yesterday's video, one of which being 19k is a major horizontal support zone. It's also a major support zone as determined by the bull market support band, and it's also the 2017 all-time high support zone and resistance zone, I should say. So yeah, very important level there at 19 to 20k, but we'll discuss that more as we head down to those price levels. As of right now, all you need to know is that we, are a larger structure. It's not particularly bullish, not particularly the right time to be taking longs. We could see some chop around here. We could even see another swing to the upside, but ultimately, it's very likely we break downwards and see more correction before we break out of this 25.2k region. Now, that's the region I want to talk about right now. 25.2k. What is 25.2k? 25.2k is the major resistance zone that marks the top of the entire range we've been seeing since June 2022. The range we're seeing is between 15.4k, 25.2k, and guess what? If we flip over to the weekly chart, we can see that this range is validated heavily by the volume profile. We can see that between 25.2k and 28.6k, there is a massive gap in the volume profile, indicating that that is in fact the top of the range, and indicating that if we break the top of the range, we should see a parabolic move to the upside to that 28.6k level. So we can start to ask the question. We know that the short term is not looking particularly good. So we have to ask, well, when will we break to the upside? I determined in yesterday's video that due to the short-term price action, it's unlikely we do it in the month of March, okay? And now we need to look into, so this month is March. Obviously, it's unlikely we do it in the month of March. We're probably going to see a red March full of consolidation, boring price action most likely, and then we'll start to do it sometime later in the year. When exactly will that be? Well, there's a few ways we can try to determine this. Firstly, we can try to determine it by saying, well, obviously, the price consolidates within ranges, right? So the price right now is in a range. It's in a larger range between 15.4k and 25.2k. How can we narrow down that range? We can look at the macro range. The macro range is between the weekly chart, bull market support band, and the 200-week SMA. So what we can do is we can start to see, well, if we were to, for example, predict the movements of the 200-week SMA and bull market support band to see when they come together, in which case that Bitcoin will be forced to make a move, we can see we can't really get much information out of that. They're going to be kind of not touching each other for a long period of time if we consolidate in this price region. What we can do, though, is we can check the 25.2k level, which is in red dashed lines here. And we can compare that to the bull market support band. And we can assume the bull market support band is going to keep on an upwards trajectory. And we can see that if the bull market support band keeps on the same trajectory in reference to where the 25.2k level is, Bitcoin will be forced to make a move because it's going to be bouncing between those levels, right? Bull market support band is support, 25k is resistance. Bitcoin will be forced to make a move at the absolute latest in September this year. It will be forced to make a move. Now, if we are bullish on the market, which we are, well, I am at least, That means that Bitcoin will be absolutely forced by the charts to make a move upside above 25.2K by September 2023. And given the fact that the volume profile shows a blank range here, it means that Bitcoin will most likely be retesting 28.6K by September 2023 as well. And it means, of course, that Bitcoin will most likely be breaking 28.6K by the end of September 2023 at the absolute latest. And that is about 6 months away. Now, on top of this, we can add evidence to this claim, right? The claim I'm making, just to be clear, is that Bitcoin will break above 28.6K and specifically 25.2K, but in I guess you could say, moving past that point, since there's no resistance, right, it will be 28.6K as well, but specifically 25.2K, Bitcoin will be breaking by the end of September 2023, and so we can support this claim by looking at a Bitcoin macro chart. We can say that, well, we know 28.6K is the major bull market support level, right, acted as support throughout the entire bull market, acted as resistance throughout the entire bear market. We had similar levels in the past, such as one in 2018 that did the same thing, and one in 2014 that did the same thing, so we can go ahead and check and see, as per what I've done here with measurements, how long it takes for Bitcoin to get back above the bull market support zone after we break below it. In 2014, we had 420 days. In 2018, we had 189 days. And in this bull market, bear market, we're not sure yet. Based on the two data points we had in the past, we can make some estimations. We can firstly take the average between 420 and 189 and see that that would predict Bitcoin breaking upside in April. We can then take the longest one, which is 420, and see that would predict Bitcoin breaking the upside in July. And then we can take an extension of the difference between 189 and 420 and apply that. And that would see Bitcoin breaking the upside in March 2024 with the halving in April 2025. So that doesn't really help us, right? Because that gives us a range between April and March. But if we look at Ethereum, okay, and Ethereum can help us really narrow down some of our predictions when we're looking at Bitcoin macro. If we look at Ethereum, I have a very clear kind of speculative but also kind of true macro trend for Ethereum. We have a 5-step plan that has always happened for Ethereum. It happened in the last cycle, it's happening this cycle. Step 1, we top. Step 2, we come up after a top, and you can just follow the numbers on the screen here. Step 1, we top. Step 2, we see a dead cat bounce. Step 3, we bottom out. Step 4, we're kind of trending downwards and consolidating. And step 5, parabolic. We're doing the exact same thing, okay? We had a top out, we had a bounce, we had a bottom out, we had step 4, which is consolidation, which we're in right now, and step 5 is parabolic, right? So based on the measurements I've made from the previous cycle in reference to Ethereum's bull market support zone and Ethereum's bull market resistance zone, I've made some measurements and we can see that Ethereum will be breaking above its bull market support zone anytime between September and May 2024. Now, September comes up again. What is September? September is what we looked at before on the weekly chart, in where Bitcoin will break above 25.2K at the absolute latest. And given the fact that Ethereum kind of narrows it down a bit more than Bitcoin does in a macro chart, we can assume, okay, well, look, here's what we can assume. We can assume that it's probably going to be towards the middle to later part of the year that Bitcoin breaks above 28.6K, okay? But we know for a fact that it's going to be before September. So that's what we can assume based on that. And that's kind of what I wanted to cover in this video. So just once again, going over the claims. Okay, Bitcoin will break, in my opinion, okay, but based on the data and based on the belief that the bottom is in, Bitcoin will break above 25.2K before September. It could be next month, it could be the month after, it could be all the way in September. Okay, that's all we can narrow it down to. In breaking above 25.2K, it is highly likely that we will skyrocket up to 28.6K. And in breaking above 25.2K, which is the top of the bear market range, it is highly likely that the bottom is in. Hence, it is highly likely that we will break above 28.6K. So, therefore, Bitcoin is highly likely to break above 28.6K by the end of September 2023, based on all those kind of pieces of data there. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I thought I'd share that with you guys. Let me know what you guys think about it. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, notification bell, all that kind of stuff. Go ahead and check out the BitGet exchange. 15% trading fee discount for life if you sign up using my referral link. Also, on top of that, you got 5 times lower fees than Binance and this exchange. Cheapest exchange on the market for sure. Non-KYC, US users can sign up by clicking other as country of origin and using a VPN on the exchange. Go ahead and check that out. And then also we've got the Crypto Academy. If you want to learn how to trade, you can do it on this website here. We have a course developed by myself and Mega Crypto teaching people how to trade, teaching people how to analyze charts. This is the place to learn how to trade for sure. And then finally, the VIP group, Wolves of Crypto VIP. If you're interested in trading altcoins with the VIP members and myself, you can do so. You can also check out the results from our previous trades. If you're interested to see our track record, highly recommend you do that. It's 100 USD for 3 months of membership, which works out to be about $1 a day. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.